Company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I've explained to you before that we have an individual by the name of Crows1176 who has been sending us weird emails from time to time. And let me explain something to you, Crow. At the end of the day, all this stuff is being compiled into evidence against you. Emails can be traced at the end of the day, keep in mind, okay? So we do have investigators that can go in and trace emails for us, so you know this. So anyway, he's an individual, he's very upset, and I'll tell you why he's upset. First things first, we're in the process of purchasing, we're still in the process of purchasing the screen paint to get it over here. But as you can see through hard evidence, he's canceled orders we made directly through the website, which he's already canceled and so forth. So let me show you some of the weird, disturbing stuff he sends us. Not only that, it's the fact that he also sends some weird stuff to customers that were buying from him. Now, as I said before, at the end of the day, whoever purchases from us, you know what I mean, wherever, regardless of what they're going to do with the product, at the end of the day, once they make that transaction through our company, they are considered to be a customer of ours. Regardless if they're going to be using it for good or bad, what they're going to use it for, they are still a customer. There's a transaction, has to be honored. We ship out the product to them as it should be done. I do not contact them at all in any way whatsoever. Why would I? There's no purpose for me to do so. Once transaction has been made, that's the end of it from there. But he felt the need to contact one of the customers, the one who made a purchase from him, and say some really disturbing stuff to him, which we posted that and showed you exactly how he carries himself. Now, we have traces on Crow. We had pings on his account, stuff like that. When he sends stuff over, weird stuff over, we've been doing it for quite some time. He's been sending some really strange stuff. So we've been keeping all this stuff on record just to show you some of the weird stuff he sends over from time to time. He'll come in with different names. He's popped into channels of ours, disguising with different accounts. And this guy clearly is completely unhinged. You know, I made requests basically to give you 302, maybe a psychiatric evaluation, you may need that. So let me show you some of the weird stuff. Now, getting to why he's upset is because pretty much he kind of did it to himself. You know, we put had a customer come in and buy his products to do side-by-side testings against the Cinemax versus the black screen paint, which he claimed in multiple videos that his product could produce a contrast level equal to a black screen. And he constantly made these statements. He tried to manipulate the environment to give off that effect, which came to nothing but failure in the end. So let's go back to the beginning right here. So bottom line, because of this, he went in and here's some more Crows nonsense here. Because of this, he went in and basically sent us an email saying, hey, look, you know, enough with the nonsense. Just go directly to my website, make the order from there, and stop all the BS. That's what he was saying. I don't like to say that word, but that's what he said. Okay, so we went directly to the website. We placed an order for the product, and the order was canceled the next day. Not only was it canceled, it was received. We received 2 emails from him with insults, as usual, because we're used to getting this from him. And then from there, he canceled the order. Now, you can't get upset with me because you canceled the order, because at the end, like I said, it makes your product look fake now. Because you're the one who started this campaign of our product being so dark you can't see it. You started this nonsense to begin with. You're the one who started calling us scammers and all this other nonsense. And, you know, I find it interesting if someone basically is testing our product and doing a review against our product, looking at an honest review against our product, and our product is supposed to come out that dark, and you have proof of it, then why wouldn't you let the order go through? That doesn't make any sense. If your reviews were on sound ground and you had evidence backing and supporting your claim, then why didn't you just let the order go through? Then we would have had the same reaction over here on our end. But we know that's not true. So we know he couldn't back up his claim, and therefore he had to do whatever was necessary to get rid of the order. So I'm just going by what he basically posted. And anytime we get one of these disturbing emails, we'll show it to you, what he does. Well, we don't get these from anybody else. We get them from him. So let me go over here and show you where, and even we had some of his followers coming onto our page ranting about, oh, go make it from this website. Go make the order from his website. We did make the order from your website, directly to your website. And in the process, you canceled our order. So here's the thing. Here's the email. Let's read it again. This is the email coming from Crow. Now, he's probably getting a lot of backlash right now from customers. And he is going to get a lot of backlash because people are not going to have confidence buying from him, because at the end of the day, You got angry because we went out and got another buyer to go through and buy your product, and you felt that was sneaky. You felt that was full of shenanigans. Well, we had to do this because previously in the past we have tried to purchase the Metallica Mix 2.0, and we tried to get the personal mix from you. And in results of that, in the videos that we show you with online transactions trying to make through Pro, he has canceled massive multiple orders. Not only that, at one point he got so discouraged he pulled down his eBay listing. That's pretty desperate when you get to a point where you pull down an eBay listing because you don't want somebody having your product, but you claim your product is supposed to be all this. So this is the message he sent to us after he was able to figure out one of the buyers, because the buyer made an order from him twice. Figure out one of the buyers who made the purchase, contact the buyer with a very disturbing email, as usual. We know exactly who he is and how Crow has he has a way of writing things. This is how we know it's him. A lot of misspellings, short term to the point insults. We know it's him just by his writing tone. They all match. And that's another thing you have to be careful about too, Crow. When you basically write a certain way, you know, it matches everything that you do. So if you send something out to us like threatening, it will match how you write things, how you abbreviate, how you spell things out. They match. They can even bring in a specialist to see if it matches correctly. Like I said, we can have your emails traced. So there are criminal charges being pressed against him. He just doesn't learn. This is a case that's being built against him. And instead of him just shutting his mouth and minding his own business, he gets discouraged and he lashes out at us, and we take all this as evidence. So this is an email he sent to us because he was upset because we went through and got a buyer to purchase the product. Because in the past, we have gone through cancellations from him over and over and over, again and again and again. And then when the Crow boys or cancellation boys came in and they were upset, telling me, oh, you should go directly to the website. Well, did you see the links? Did you see any of the links that we showed you? Providing you information of watching this man cancel. And not only cancel, at one point he was spiking the price of the paint while he was canceling the orders. Because in one of the videos you will see where it says at the bottom that PayPal has refunded me $130. His paint doesn't cost $130. So there it is right there. Read it right there as you see. This is the email he sent to us, and he sent us a link to his website right here where we can go click on the link and buy the Cinemax, right? Which we did. We went in and purchased it. Now, if you're going to send me an email saying enough is enough, just order all you want. You said order all you want. That means I can go in and order everything you have on your website. That's what you said. Order all you want. All right? Order all you want. This is going to come up choppy because, like I said, his spelling, that's how we know it's him. His spelling is really not that good, and that's how we know it's him. Not to be rude, but here it says right here. Order all you want. Not like you, I am a professional. So this is where he's saying we can order as much as we want, right? Right from the website, right? All right, enough ranting. Just buy my mix with confidence and done. And be done. And done, right? All right then. So we went and we purchased your product. Right about here. This is where we made an order for your product. Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Let's put it over here so you can see where we placed the order at. All right, now I'm gonna move this to the side so none of my personal information pops up. All right, so let's go over here and let's see the transaction sheet where we made the order at. Here we are. I'll move this up a little bit so you can see my transaction sheet. This is my transaction sheet, my summary, my invoice from Wix, which I do know about Wix because I have a Wix website myself, so I know basically the invoice. This is what we ordered right there, showing the transaction went through. Thank you for shopping. As you can see, we placed the order right directly to his website. Done and over with, okay? So we're gonna have the Cinemax here pretty soon. We're talking on camera. We did the whole transaction video. Everything's done. All right, now after that, I wake up in the morning the next day just to make sure to see if he didn't cancel. Because I'm thinking there's no way he's going to cancel, especially after sending that that email about how we can buy from him. We receive this from Crow. Insults. He starts insulting us right from the door, like out of nowhere. Like I said, very upset, very angry. I guess he didn't expect for us to just go in and just make the purchase like that. I guess he thought we were going to bluff, but I'm not going to bluff. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to say my product is something that it's not, I'm going to back it up. That's what I'm supposed to do. Anybody's supposed to do that's running a company or anything you may be doing in life. If you are basically doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're doing right by the book, then you go and you back it up. That's what he's going to have to do when we go to court. When we go to court, he's going to have to go before a judge. He's going to have to go before my attorneys. Hopefully he has his attorney. And he's going to have to back it up that our products are coming out that dark. And if he can't back it up, he'll get slammed with a $250,000 lawsuit. That's what I'm actually asking for, $250,000. Plus damages and everything else. We're going to be asking for. There's going to be a lot of stuff on there on top of that. Including the copyrights. That's another issue on its own. We have to take that up with the Copyright Office and also with that. Lawyers on top of that for that. There's criminal charges being pressed against for other stuff he was doing. There's a lot of stuff on he's going to go through a lot of stuff. But this what goes through when you carry on, you act up and you don't carry yourself in a decent manner. Now we have Crow's address. We have his address. We know where he works at. We have a lot of information on Crow. Do I post his information? No, because it's not something you're supposed to do. Regardless of the day, if he buys from me and I have his information stays locked where it's supposed to be at. It doesn't go online or none of that. That's professional. It's between me and him. That is his personal information. Do that. Even when I showed you documents of the attorney sending him out a letter explaining to him the situation that is what's going to happen to him if he continues on, his information was blocked. I don't do stuff like that. You know, at the end of the day, regardless, like I said, if anyone's ever done customer service, and I've done customer service before, you know what I'm talking about. You will have people come in there and say some of the most nastiest things that you have ever heard in your entire life to, and they will be ticked off at you, but you still have to greet them with a smile because you're representing the company. As when he goes out and he treats people this way, he is representing his company. So let me see. Okay. These are other orders we got today coming today. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to make sure these are not here. Okay, so this is when we started receiving the insults. Now, if you want to look at the time real quick on these insults we're receiving from him, look at the time. It's 11:06. So 11:06 on Friday, Crow starts messaging us with insults. So telling us that you're obsession. It's not an obsession, Crow. If you're basically attacking someone's product, it's them defending their product. That's not obsession. It's basically, if you call it obsession, then that means every time you did a review on our product, and you've done quite a lot of reviews on our products and have not done them correctly, have basically cut corners and try to make our product look bad, you would be the one with the obsession at the end. We come in only to basically put you in place, and then we move about our business. As I said before, the black technology that we are working on downstairs, our sights are on Screen Innovation, not on him. We don't consider Crow to be anything, nothing more than a nuisance fly that flies around in your living room that you've been trying to kill for the last 4 days and it's still there. That's what we consider him to be. There's nothing that he has that's basically worth our time at all, period. You're just there, we put you in your place, that's it. And that's what I was doing, putting you in your place by bringing your product down here and showing that your product, does not produce these contrast levels it claims it does. It does not have the ability to produce in fully lit environments. Basically does not have the ability to turn our screens dark. And that's what I found funny about it, because if you did these reviews and these claims are supposed to be true, then why would you basically cancel the order? Unless they weren't true, unless you faked everything, unless you didn't want this to get out in the open. And even if and keep in mind, you canceling the order doesn't help you. It actually screws you to a wall. It does, because it shows that you are afraid. That's what you are. So let's go in here. Here's another one. That's one he sent right there. Here's another one, him calling us a psychopath, because we want to do a side-by-side. So let me get this straight. You can review anybody else's product, but no one can review yours. Just like the fellow sat there and said on YouTube, he said he called you a dirty, deceitful human being. That's what he called you. He says you will do anything you possibly can, and we'll put the link of the fellow who actually was very upset with Crow when he did the review against Linux. I think that's called Linux, whatever it's called. But he was very upset with him on how he carried himself, and he blasted him. He outed him on YouTube on it about how he basically he did some things with that screen that basically made the screen look a little darker than what it was. So he got outed on that. Okay, so after that, we got this. Now, I want you to look at the time here. Look at the time very carefully. 11:06, right? That's what it's saying, right? Look at the time, the date, and everything. No sooner than we received that, we got this right here from Crow. A canceled order. Look at the time. Same day, 11:20. He sent this right after he sent the insults on this same day. he canceled the order. Now, mind you, it's your statement that you sent to us because you're mad because we went to another buyer to get to purchase the product. And the reason why we went to another buyer to get the product because you have a history of canceling orders on us. You did that with the Metallica mix downstairs. You did that with the personal mix. That's what we went through trying to obtain those two products. And we learned from our mistakes that we can't order from you because it's virtually impossible. You even blocked me from both of your eBay accounts, so we can't order from you. But you call it people being obsessed with your product, but you want to do dirty reviews against them. And if they try to do an honest review, and it's going to be an honest review, you automatically get upset, and they're all of a sudden they're supposed to be obsessed with your this and obsessed with that. Nobody. At the end of the day, your product does not work at the end of the day. I can match it with black and white paint very easily. I have a paint downstairs. I call my mix. It's actually your mix, and I used it to match your products with no problem. And all I have to do is add in a couple of shades of black. I used to do this 8 years ago. I made gray screen paint, the same exact gray screen paint you made, everybody made 8 years ago. So it's easy to figure out how it's designed, how it's made. That's why there's no test behind it. Any of those green paints that were made back then, there were no tests like the way we do them now. None. They just mix it, they paint it on a wall, they hit it with a projector in a dark environment, and that's it. That's all they do. If you go back and look at my old demonstrations, we did the same thing, similar. We had some light in the environment, but not to the point that we have light now. All right, so that's the order right there that was canceled. As you can see, it was canceled on the same day. This is PayPal contacting me, letting me know that the money was returned back to my account, that he has issued us a refund, put the money back in our account. So at the end of the day, man, you ranting and carrying on. You did this to yourself. You hyped up a product to be something that it wasn't. You faked demonstrations. You lied on camera, and it caught up to you. And when we went through your website and placed the order, as you asked us to do, we did. You came back and you canceled the order and gave us back our money. And now you want to go into a rant and send me these fake emails of you calling me ghetto and calling me a nigger. Yeah, he called me a nigger. It's not the first time he called me a nigger. He on one of his pages, he calls me a blackbird. Blackbird is actually a racial slur for a nigger. So yeah, you called me a nigger quite a few times. So like I said, that's just you. That's the kind of person you are. So this is what he types it under right here. It doesn't bother you call me a nigger. I'm a black man, okay? It ain't the first time I've been called that word. I've been called that word quite a few times. It's sad that people think that way, but you know, that's how they are. That's how you have to look at them. At the end of the day, things that you send to me don't bother me at all, one point. Like I said, I'm protected by my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, number one. And number two, I don't let stuff like this get to me. It ain't the first time I've had a company, or I had a big company one time, come down on me pretty heavy. I mean, it came on me pretty heavy. And there were some words exchanged, you know what I mean? I got kind of worried because maybe I thought they were going to hire somebody to take me out, but I don't think they're going to go that far. But like I said, business gets crazy sometimes, you know? But this is the crap I got to deal with. This is the crap I deal with from time to time, but it's all a part of the business. It's what you have to deal with. And anything you do in business, this is the kind of crap you're going to have to deal with. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff. I worked in the restaurant business for quite a bit. I went to school, went to culinary arts, and graduated, got my degree in being a chef and all. And I've seen some crazy stuff. I've seen restaurants go at it that were head by head, and I've seen some crazy stuff. Like I've seen people put rats in people's dumpsters and have a fake customer walk into a restaurant and pull bugs out of their mouth in the middle of the table. All kinds of stuff just to make the restaurant look bad because you're in competition. Some pretty crazy stuff. So it doesn't surprise me that people act this way. But there's a certain respect line there that you have to carry yourself with. So this is some of the stuff we've been getting from him today. And it's like I said, it's basically from him. We're used to seeing this stuff. He sends us weird stuff all the time. And this is just random stuff. Same way he carried on with the customer by contacting them and getting nasty with them. So we're going to put all this out here. And all the emails are going to be sent to our attorneys. Our attorneys are going to take the process of basically tracking down the emails, see exactly where they officially came from. And sooner or later, buddy, you keep this up, you're going to have your police district knocking on your door and you're going to be handcuffed. So I would suggest you right now, cool it. Learn to act like an adult. So here he says, sue me, sue me. He knows he's being sued. We have a lawsuit against him. He knows he's being sued. That's Crow right there. No one else would sit there and say, sue me. We're not suing anybody else. You're the only person we filed a lawsuit against. Only you, and you only. You're the only person that's been contacted by our attorneys with a deceased, I'm gonna say it wrong, deceased increased order. You're the only one. So the minute you said that right there, automatically, bam, you know it's you. Because nobody else would actually say that, because we don't have any lawsuits toward anybody else, only you. See, that's how we know it's him. Because we don't have one. Now we'll send letters out to Mr. Partey, because if we go through his files, we find anything in there where he's done the exact same thing that this fellow has done, he will get a letter from our attorney explaining to him that either you remove the video, so and so and so, or we just take it to court with file a lawsuit against you. That's it. But so far, we haven't sent anything out to him yet. This is the only individual that we've been talking to back and forth about this situation, and this is how he reacts. So this is how we know it's him. It's a shame, but like I said, you get people like this. But I'm letting you see exactly what we deal with on our end. And we pay no mind. All this is going to be saved. We'll transfer all this to the attorneys, and they'll go from there. There we go. There's the N-word. You really shouldn't be calling people the N-word. The last thing you want is a protest in front of your house. Don't do stuff like that. Don't go around calling people nigger. Don't do that. It doesn't bother me at the end of the day, because people who say that word are just reflecting on how ignorant they are. This is not going to upset me in any way whatsoever. This just shows what kind of person you are at the end of the day. Now, I'm supposed to be so weak, but yet the technology, we develop technology every single day, or just about every day, and we basically can back up our products, which we're supposed to do. And like I said, people get upset. Crow's the only one that calls us a scammer. Well, like I said, you're just burying yourself into a deeper, deeper hole, that's all. I'll show you the rest of them right here. Oh, you can see all of them right from there. Yep. He is really upset, and I'll tell you why. Like I said, he's upset because you only have yourself to blame. You had a YouTube video floating around of you basically making a product for free that you were selling to your customers. It had 27,000 hits on it. Your demonstration you did with the BEHR silver screen clearly shows that no one in their right mind is going to be able to tell one from the other if you're sitting back at 8 feet and there's motion moving across the screen, especially if you're in the dark. You're not going to be able to tell one from the other. That's virtually impossible. So, anybody can pick that up. You know what I mean? What you should have did when you got caught in that situation of selling that product like that, I would have gone back and apologized to my customers first of all. I would have made another product that would have been different from the one that basically was shown in the video to reassure them that this is different and show a huge significant difference, not a small margin of a difference, but a huge significant difference. And I would have presented that to my customers and tried to build up, again, a trust between me and my customers on exactly what happened. But you didn't do that. What you did was you came at us even angrier and upset. And that's pretty much not good at all. You know what I mean? Like I said, at the end of the day, my product's going to continue to sell. My Lord's going to continue to bless my table. We are still going to be blessed with amazing technology, as we always were 12 years ago, even to now, and probably into the future. And nothing's going to change. Anything's going to change for us. Things are just going to get better for us. I pray for this man. This man has some very, very serious mental issues. He does. He has some very serious mental issues. There are some problems here. But like I said, when we go to court, you can explain to the judge and the lawyer and all this stuff about all this stuff. Because keep in mind, Crow, at the end of the day, emails can be used in court. Did you know that? We even have text messages from him. I'm not going to show you the text message because in the text messages, his phone number and all that's attached. But there's text messages we have from him calling us N-words and all kinds of nasty stuff. There are streams where my phone's going off like crazy over and over and over again. Yes, I'm just going off like that. But I'm just showing you how he reacts. There you go. There you go. Sad but true. This is the kind of person we deal with. But this is how he carries himself. And that's why, when he sends over this stuff, I'm just going to show you exactly how he acts. So you can see for yourself. I don't think this is a person you want to trust with your credit card information or your home address, because this is how he carries himself. You can't get mad at us because you canceled the order. It's your fault. You should have let the order go through. That's what you should have did. And just suffered the consequences. It came up. You're a very disturbed person. I pray for you, Crow. That's all I can do for you at the end of the day. It's sad, but at the end of the day, that's all I can do for you is pray for you. I put you in God's hands. That's all I can do for you. But you seriously need to you need to find God. You do. You should not be telling people God bless you, this and God bless you. You need to find God. There is something really wrong with you. I don't know what goes on in your real world, but like I said, from the day you basically bumped into me, you got the wrong person. I am not who you think I am. Like at the end of the day, you may be that kind of person that can shove and push people around. You got the wrong person, buddy. The wrong person. And you will see my face. You will see me in court with my attorneys. And I guarantee you, I will show you no mercy at all. This right here, I'm still basically considering the fact that I am still going to sue you. That's definitely going to happen. Is this going to change the outcome of basically of me asking for the judge for even hike the penalty or anything else? No, I'm not going to ask for that. I even said to myself that, at the end of the day, if I happen to basically execute judgment for a sheriff's department to come through your resident and take your items from you and sell them off, I wouldn't touch your wife's stuff and I wouldn't touch your kids' stuff. I wouldn't do that. But your stuff, on the other hand, yeah, I would. I would take your entire collection, sell it off, and give it away to charity. And that's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to request from the judge, that the money goes to charity. It goes to somebody for cancer victims, or it goes to somebody to help somebody else. That's what it goes to, and that's what you'll be paying on. That's exactly what you'll be paying on. And if it means garnishing your whole entire income tax check, then so be it. You need it. You deserve it. Maybe at the end of the day, you learn how to treat people with more respect. And you can go back and whine and cry about, well, no, I tested your product. If you're going to tell me that my product doesn't work, I'm going to come out and basically defend my product, as I should do. And as I've done. But don't get mad at me because you send me this nonsense right here, and I go on your website and I order the product, and then you cancel the order on me. Why are you upset with us? You canceled the order. At the end of the day, you just told your customer base that my product is fake. It does not work. That the reviews that I did were dishonest and untrustworthy, and I misled people, and that's what you did. And keep in mind, like I said, when we go to court, my lawyer is going to request evidence of basically of your claim. If you cannot back that up, Crow, or Jamie Fernandez or Jamie Gonzalez or wherever you go by, you will be sued for that $250,000. And keep in mind, this is a massive lien, which means liens accumulate with interest very fast. You won't be to get a house. You won't be to get anything at all. This thing would pretty much going to be your personal nightmare for the rest of your life. I tried to warn you about this. And people ask me, like, well, how come you didn't sue this guy a long time ago? We didn't see you a long time ago because I felt that it was necessary due to the fact that I was trying to have a little bit more respect towards your family. I felt that your family didn't need to go through this kind of nonsense. When you start off calling me a scammer, when you start off by saying my product is too dark to be seen, and this went on for about almost 4 years of you doing this to us, I turned the other cheek, and I did. I could have filed a lawsuit a long time ago for this, of you doing this. I could have brought you into court and say, hey, look, I want this guy to prove that our product is supposed to be such and such. And so I could have easily brought you to court on this, but I didn't. I didn't do this. And I said this many times on the video because I don't want your family to be subjected to this. But it just seems like you don't have any consideration and care for your family if you're going to continue down this road. Even after we sent you the letter from the attorney telling you, hey, look, cool it. If you don't, you could go to court and be sued for this. And you still continued on with these actions. So my buddy was like, look, if he doesn't have enough respect or he doesn't care about his family, then why should you? And that's why we're following. All right, people, sorry I had to involve you in this altogether, but you just need to see some of the stuff and how this guy acts and everything. Like I said, we don't react to him on that level. And I'm not going to respond back to any of his emails. I'm going to forward these to the attorney's office, and their investigator will take care of it from there. Other than that, I just want to show you exactly how this guy acts and how he carries himself, not in a very professional manner. With that being said, I got to go downstairs because I have to finish. I painted a 92-inch of that black screen so I get a chance to see it on a much larger scale, which I'm curious to see it on that. And I'm going to resume business as usual. I don't have any hatred for this man. At the end of the day, I have no hatred for Crow. I don't. I feel sorry for him. I do. I really do. For this brother to be consumed with this much hatred over somebody is sad. And I used to be like that back in the day. I used to have a lot of hatred toward people. It is not a good way to go. It basically, it kills you. It does. It kills you. It ages you. It's not a way to go. And I just leave it in God's hand. Let God deal with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, as for the calling me a nigger and all that stuff like that, I don't care about that. That don't bother me at all, period. If I basically got upset every time somebody behind my back, and I heard them in a business meeting call me a dumb N-word, you know, then I basically broke down over that, I wouldn't be in this business. You got to have thick skin to be in this business, because people will call you some of the weirdest, strangest things you've ever seen in your entire life. But, you know, it's just who he is. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to get back to work. Got things to do, and God bless.